debunk some myths associated with selling online. While people think that a lot of brands, D2C brands, and a lot of companies are like growing rapidly and their sales are growing year on year, there's a lot of factors associated with their growth, right? E-commerce, in fact, is one of the most expensive channels to sell on when you take into account shipping costs, advertising costs for a brand, whether it is on Amazon, whether it is on Flipkart, whether it is off platform, whether you are driving traffic from Facebook, Instagram, or any social media channels to your own website, which is on Shopify or Magento, or you're moving it to a marketplace. It is factoring all these ad costs. This drives the cost of doing business via e-commerce significantly higher than it would be in your traditional brick and mortar stores, right? It's a huge misconception as to e-commerce is a big money maker, because a lot of people have not analyzed it at a very granular level as to what your net margin is after taking into account all your shipping expenses, your ad expenses, and your cost of goods, and your platform. Each platform also has their own commission charges in addition to shipping charges and the advertising that you're going to be spending on the platform. It allows, the positives of e-commerce is that it gives you a wider customer base, access to people that you've probably not sold to before if you're only selling regionally in certain stores. One of the lowest margin contributors in your entire retail portfolio. So if you are selling across many channels on modern trade, general trade, as well as modern trade in India is basically your brick and mortar stores and your organized retail stores. General trade is your typical kirana store, and while you're selling out there, those have structured margins and you can predict what your net margins are going to be. But whereas e-commerce, there's a huge variability associated with your shipping costs, your ad costs, and that kind of makes it relatively less profitable versus other channels.